So welcome back, guys. Let's continue with the next thing. Um, so what's the plan for today? Today, guys, I'm going to integrate or compile the entire information of Jenkins in one single end-to-end process. So you guys come to know what exactly the meaning of CI/CD, where D stand for delivery and D also stand for deployment, and what exactly meaning of DevOps. But technically, whatever CI/CD and DevOps do for you, those concepts we have already discussed. Okay, but after today, guys, I show you the entire process or entire pipeline, how the thing connected. You actually link our older concepts, and now you understand what is CI and what actually meaning of CD. That's called CI/CD. So there is one of the plan. It will be like a use case basis, but purely theoretical, because almost all the practical we have done. Okay. Then some more concept I have to discuss today: how to use Jenkins CLI. Okay, there's one of the concept I'm going to explain you today, and one more thing to be discussed. There's a concept, guys, called approval. So in this process of CI/CD, you have a testing team or quality assurance team, okay, or maybe acceptance team, and they have to approve before we deploy something as a continuous deployment, right? So how to plan for the approval, how to write a pipeline as a code for the approval. So there's again one of the things I want to discuss today. So let's continue, guys, with the next part, and let me start step by step this entire process. Okay, so 1 minute, please. And okay, so let me start step by step, right? So technically, the first topic I would like to discuss right now is a CLI part. Okay, so guys, in the Jenkins, guys, is just a Java web archive. And if you want to integrate or want to manage, I can say not integrate. If you want to manage Jenkins, either you can use web UI, and till date, guys, we have a work on Jenkins web UI only. Okay, but other way also we have in the Jenkins. One is called CI and one is called API. So if you want to run the job, delete the job, create the job, create the view, restart the Jenkins, almost all the activity, whatever we have done till date, okay, instead you go to web UI, you can use the Jenkins CLI to do it. Okay, it's a pure command line. Okay, second thing, if you guys are good in programming of Python or maybe mobile app development or web app development, so you can create your own web app. And so I highly encourage, okay, especially those guys who know Flutter or mobile app development or web app development, like Flash training we are going on in our IC Right channel. So you can use and create your own web app or mobile app, and using your app, you can internally connect to the Jenkins using their application programming interface. And so however you want to, guys, manage Jenkins, you can very easily manage that part. Okay, so obviously I'm not going to talk about app development today, but I will just tell you very quickly what is the API endpoint, and that's all. And how you can connect the API. That would be your pure programming skill. Okay, so let me do one by one. Okay, so my Jenkins system started. Okay, and I have the IP address where my Jenkins is running. So IP address, I believe, is 3. So this is the web UI of the Jenkins that we guys are very much comfortable on. But if same Jenkins, for example, these are the jobs. So if you want to create the jobs, list the job, date the job, run the job, build the job, whatever you want to do without coming to this web UI, everything you can do from CLI. For this, you have to go to Manage Jenkins. Inside the Manage Jenkins, if you go down, Okay, there's option called Jenkins CLI that you can manage Jenkins from your shell or maybe from your script. Okay, and pretty straightforward. They explain you all the commands available, what you want to do. Okay, but for this you have to run the command, and for command guys, Jenkins provide a driver or the jar file. There's option link here. You just click here and download. In my case, I already have, so let me discard. So download this driver, and you can run this jar file. You can run this jar and tell me where is the server of the Jenkins. So my server is IP3, so I'll tell my server. And how they connect? They will connect via web server, and for this we have to pass option called WebSocket, and using these they can connect to the Jenkins. And help is a command. They tell you what all the commands here, though they also listed all the command that is available. So let me show you guys very quickly how it works. So let me open my command prompt, and I'll go to my download folder. Why? Because because my driver of CLI I downloaded here only. And if I run this command, exactly same command, and it doesn't give you error, it means they have a connectivity. And connectivity and help will tell you the help, right? All the command available in this Jenkins. Okay, and there are multiple command I'm going to write right now. So let me open my document, and let me share this document to you, so you won't miss any of the command over here. So Jenkins, and so this is the first command I'm going to run. This command, guys, is mainly purpose of this command is to just manage Jenkins from the command. And you would be anywhere. You would just type your IP address. In my case is 3, enter, and there's no error come up. Everything comes smoothly, and help will give you all the command whatever available. Right. For example, right now I'm going to run a command called who am I. It will tell you from which user you log in. Okay, so right now, guys, my Jenkins is in a anonymous login. So by default, guys, they show you your login with anonymous with a authority power, or it's called anonymous. But if you have a requirement to see all the jobs you have, so I think there's list jobs command. Obviously, you don't have to memorize. You can go to Jenkins. If you search here, do you have any command for list? So yes, they say yes. List jobs is a command to list all the jobs you have. So this is the command you can use, and show you guys all the job till date, whatever we have created. This command will tell you these are the jobs we have. Okay, even though, guys, you don't have to memorize this, just come here and click. They give you the command line also, what is the syntax for this command, and just give the job name, or they will list all the job for you. So it will be pretty straightforward. Okay, but if you want to delete certain job, so let's say we have some job called K1, and I want to delete this job, just go to the help and check does they have anything about, let's say, get job. So get job is a keyword. It will help you to detect the details of this job. Guys, this job, they give you detail, and here they say in the job we assign with my port level. I set the job as a for the K1 kind of job for for my dynamic provisioning, and here I run shell command called date. So guys, whatever you guys you written in the job, they retrieve the details about the job. But if you don't like to have this job, so there's an option called delete job. Okay, so even though you can see here, a disable job, delete view, delete job, and I click here. Here you can give your value of the job. Enter. So this job deleted, and obviously, guys, if you try to get a job, we don't have any jobs because deleted. And even though if you try to list the job, this job is not here. So there's no K1 job, is deleted. So technically, because now we know almost all the concepts of Jenkins. Okay, and so we want to create a new job, create a new node, cloud node or other nodes, or delete job, delete node. Okay, so because almost all the major concepts of Groovy and other things of the Jenkins, so just come to this page. Okay, just see by looking at this page, click, they give you the option and help, and accordingly you can use it. Okay, so working now in the CLI, if you use this approach the way I'm explaining to you, so working in the CLI won't be a big deal. Just come here, they give you the entire syntax. You want to copy job, then create a new job, source job, and destination job. It will create a new job for you. And here they give you entire detail what this will do for you. So guys, so straightforward, pretty straightforward. So anybody who want to manage Jenkins from the command line or scripts, or maybe Ansible script, or maybe PowerShell. So this is the great approach to use. Okay, but anybody who want to manage Jenkins using API, okay, so if you go to dashboard, or maybe if you go to manage Jenkins, or in some of the page, if you go in the last bottom right corner, you can see REST API. Okay, here they give you guys the detail of the REST API. So anybody who know REST API, anybody who know how to route or connect a REST API, send the get post method to this API in mobile app or web app, they can use their app to do it. Only thing you should know the route or the view of this API. Okay, and depend guys, you want to connect with JSON or Python APIs, so they have a detailed method available, view available, route available, which route support which method. Anybody who know by the this point, right, you can do. Even though guys, they show you all the job whatever you have right now, so they also say you the particular route per job also. Okay, but obviously for this you should know how to call the REST API. Okay, so that's what they see here. Even though you can use curl command also for testing, okay, just for testing this API. That's a different point, but you can use these route whatever they define here in your respective programming language, maybe Java, maybe Python, maybe any Android and something like this. Okay, so just want to tell you, obviously I'm not moving to the part of programming of the API, but anybody who wanted to know more about API, those who don't know by chance, so there's a free classes I'm going on, is a Flask Python API, where I explained in very detail with programming how to create your own API and how to connect with the API. So it is available in IISc Rise. Just learn those things, come back to this page. Now you become comfortable how to call respective API or respective method of that API. Okay, so this is a very quick discussion over here. Now let's jump back to our main final discussion of CI/CD and the DevOps. Okay, so guys, today's class will be the entire quick summary of entire process whatever we have done. Okay, so let me start from here. Let me start from here. So let's say same thing. We have a developer. Okay, and developer write a code in language, let's say in Java. And it's good practice, guys. They upload the code in SCM, maybe let's say GitHub. But it's more better good practice. Upload always in a branch or a feature branch. Let's say feature branch is dev. So they upload this code over here. Okay, and in the dev branch, we can set a triggers or webhooks triggers. They contact to your, for example, Jenkins URL. And in the Jenkins URL, guys, we created a job, okay, or maybe pipeline. Okay, this job or pipeline run. Okay, and what this pipeline will do, this pipeline will go to this branch. Whatever code has been uploaded, it's downloaded. Okay, and after download in the job, we write everything. Or now it is a good practice. Developer will write their own pipeline as a code, and upload in SCM. Okay, and so in the Jenkins, we create a job for the pipeline that you guys know. Okay, so when trigger come, this code downloaded, then Jenkins file also downloaded. So the job automatically detected. This is a pipeline as a code. Inside this code, the developer is the one who decide what to do with this code. The developer is the one who know which version of language they use. So here, my developer say this is Java code. So I want first Maven to build it. I want Maven to test it. Okay, and after it test, I want to have some app server like Tomcat something, and I want this app code to be run over there. After run, we will check again one more testing that everything is working good or not. And everything working good. Okay. So who will check this? The uh, final part of this app is working good or not. Okay. So there's a guys testing team here, or there's a team called quality assurance team. They know what exactly they're looking for. Why? Because the developer created app is not like randomly they create anything. So my company, we have some management team, okay, or project management team, I can say. So they get the requirement from the customer, or company has a new idea. Based on the idea, they create a document. In the document, they write all the features what they need in the app, and this document, why somehow they provide it to the developer and ask them, these are the features, these are the look and feel, UI, UX, whatever guys this app require, they provide to this big team of developer. It's not a one single developer, it's a different team, front end, back end, UI, UX developers. So multiple guys who work together, okay, to have this app. Okay, but my developer after write the code, upload here, and my QA team has the same document from the project management team. Okay, same document they have, and and my QA team will go and check, okay, that whatever we need finally finally is there or not. And they find whatever we need finally is not there, so query team will revert back a feedback report to my developer, and they say this is the web page color doesn't looks good, logo doesn't fix in the right position, this particular form submit is not working in this kind of user. So multiple testing they do. Okay, so now there's a lot of different testing. One is unit testing that we do on the code. There's integration testing, user acceptance testing. Obviously we are not in the testing classes. So multiple different testing they do per stages, and if something fail, they will reply again. My developer change the code again, they upload the code in the same branch. As soon new code upload in the same branch, we have an event in get webhooks. They again run the job again, they have the same pipeline and the same environment come up. But one interesting thing guys here to be note. Okay, developer is the one who know they write a code in which language. For example, they say I write a code in Java. With Java, let's say I suggest I use 8.1.2, or they they say this Java requires these libraries, or they say this Java particular app is supported more in Tomcat and in this version. So these are developer know which environment they support. Okay, so what developer do? They create this entire document for the environment, or I can say the operating system configuration. Okay, and they also provide this readme kind of file, all right, or the prerequisite kind file for the infrastructure. Okay, so that after my after my testing done, my build done, you guys know, after this we create a package. Okay, so if you want to run this package or run this war file, okay, so you have to create an environment for the version where you have to run this package. Because they know the package is getting Java 1.8 for this version, Tomcat or web server, PHP this version. So you have to provide the same environment to run this app. Otherwise, think maybe some of the feature might not work. Okay, so they provide this readme file. Now it is your choice. Okay, for this you have to provide the operating system. Now this operating system you want to take as a from server, bare metal, from cloud, from Docker, from Kubernetes, pod, wherever guys you want to have this environment, that would be your choice. But what guys, from wherever you create this environment, you need to fulfill these requirements. So here the guys role of operations team or sysops come in play. So they are team or they're the IT guys. So based upon their readme file, the requirement, they read these instructions, or maybe I can say this is the instruction file. They read instruction and say they are looking for Red Hat version 8. So they install the OS of Red Hat 8. They need Apache web server 2.4, say they install 2.4. They need PHP 5.6, they install 5.6 with this patches update. So everything, guys, they write, whatever they write in the document, these guys configure it. Then only the environment come up, and after this environment or the OS come up, then we put the package here, run the package. After package run, then my website up or my app run, and then my QAT or testing team will go and test the final look and feel of the website, the user interface, your user experience, multiple different testing they do, and they test in such a way that finally the user or the client who will going to see this website, does they like this feature or not. So this is called user acceptance testing. Finally, these guys do for you. Okay, but now interesting point here to be here, the sysops guys, either they can create this environment manually, and this is the guys typical way we used to do previously, okay, to configure this OS. But nowadays, guys, we have multiple automation tool. Okay, one of the automation tool for the config management, you guys might know about Ansible, or maybe you can go for cell scripting or PowerShell, something like that. So my developer will will tell the entire requirement, what OS we need to deploy this package or to run this package. Or my sysops team will read this requirement. So rather than they go on manual, because you guys know manual take a lot of time, and now we are in the world of agile, we want thing to be super fast. Manual thing take a lot of time, and plus there will be chances of error, chances of missing something. Okay, so my sysop team, based upon this instruction, they create a code. Sometimes this code is known as infrastructure as a code or configuration management kind of code by some particular languages. Okay, well, languages, for example, they create a how to launch the OS on the cloud, so they might use Terraform. That is infrastructure as a code, and on the top of it, they use Ansible for the config management code, and finally they have the environment ready. Now it is their choice, they want to have this environment on Kubernetes. Again, they take the help of Kubernetes command or Terraform, or on the top of this OS, how to configure this OS, so they can take the help of shell scripting once. But technically, we want everything to be automated. Okay, so again, if I again connect this concept together, so intention here is whenever my developer upload a code or check in the code in this branch, automatically I get some worker node, okay, where my Maven build, Maven test happen. After testing done, we create a package. This concept, guys, we have done multiple times. And after package done, right, we write one more stage. This will create this environment. And for creating this environment, rather than I contact and mail to sysops guys or wait for these guys to create, okay, we will run the Ansible code or maybe shell scripting. By chance, those who know Ansible, obviously we are not Ansible class, but those who know Ansible, so Jenkins has a capability to run the Ansible code. And for this, they have a plugin. They have a plugin named Ansible. Okay, so Ansible, guys, is a tool. Okay, to run the playbook. Playbook means your manifest file, means you can configure your environment. So you can use Ansible tool. So anybody who know inventory in the Ansible, all the things you can plan here. But if you want to have your base operating system, Ansible not give the base operating system to you. For this, you get the base from Kubernetes, you get the base from cloud, or maybe get from base virtualization tool. So there are a lot of tools available in market, but Terraform is a great tool for creating your infrastructure. And now this is the very much standard in the market to use the Terraform. Okay, this is one thing. But technically, as the my package done, we connect to Terraform or the Ansible. They have this environment ready automatically, dynamically. and then this package will copy here and run it. Then my website come up, then the role of QA T team come in play. The test, the user acceptance testing means final testing, entire testing, whatever my my project management team provide the document. They check all the feature, and nothing is something is not working. They replied back, and again this process again start. Okay, because if you try to understand this process, so this process, guys, is something like this. We have a developer, then Git, then then Maven build, then test, then package it. Okay, till here it is more more related to code, where we have a code, right? My developers keep on writing the code and keep on uploading the code as a new feature come up, new bug come up, new feedback come up. So it is called known as, guys, continuous deployment, sorry, continuous development. So this concept is called continuous development. They don't stop, right? They keep on adding new feature, new look and feel. They keep on doing because multiple things working together. Okay, then from Git we keep on downloading as a new code come up, and we keep on building. This is called, guys, continuous building. Then continuous testing, continuous packaging. Till here, guys, it is purely work on on software perspective. So this continue part, okay, according to pipeline, guys, it is a stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4. Now it is your choice. You want to run all this is in one single worker node or different level worker node you want to use. You guys know all those practical in very detail we have done. But this entire process is called pipeline, and technique is called build pipeline. So this build pipeline, guys, we have done multiple time in multiple different angles. So after package done successfully, so everything is working good. Okay, so here the role of developer team stops. So we have a developer team, their role stops because they say my duty is to give a package. That's what we have provided. So this package we are providing to other team with the instructions. Okay, instruction means this instruction I'm talking about. This instruction to, if you want to run this package somewhere to further test how website look and feel or app look and feel. So I'm giving this instruction. This instruction, guys, is read by your different team. Let's call sysop or IT team, or sometimes also known as operations team. They read this instruction, and by reading this, either they manually set up the entire environment, or this team now say we are pure IT guys. We are great in in commands, these kind of commands. So they say we are good and great in command and configuration files. We're good in respective OS command, right? OS command. Okay, but if you configure this environment manually, take a lot of time. So we have to change the approach of thinking or doing the things. Now we are pure operation guys or IT guys, but we have to work and think like a developer, because developer is the one who can write the code, and code is one thing that in one click everything automated. So we are the operation guys, but we have to think and work like a developer. We have to change our mindset. Okay, now if you want to do if you want things to be faster, agile, and automated. Okay, so these team guys nowadays have been trained in multiple languages. They are already trained, guys, in shell scripting or PowerShell or Bash scripting. So they keep on using from last couple of decades. But nowadays they are using some kind of smart tool like Ansible, Puppet, Ceph, and all those things tool, or maybe Terraform. So they say now whatever the environment I want to launch, wherever, maybe in the cloud or Kubernetes, this entire OS environment, entire network stack, hardware, plus the configuration of the server, everything we will do by this kind of tool or Terraform kind of tool. For this, my team now work and think like a developer. They will write a code in the respective languages. Okay, so when the instruction come up, we'll convert this instruction in the code. Okay, and I'll run this code. As soon as the code run, this entire environment launch. after environment launch, we will run and put the package here. Or maybe while launching this, creating this environment, I also write a code where this package to be copied or to be run. Okay, so this part, whatever you see in the left side, is mainly managed by developer team because this is more related to build. What you guys see in the right side, it is more related to operation team or management or admin team, I can say. So they will do this activity. Okay, and here guys, they say here they say this is the server we put the package here, and this server is more like a testing server. I can say this server is running in an environment called testing environment. So I will put this code here in this server. So I have a different testing team, or I can say my quality assurance team. They will go and test this package on the URL. How they have multiple testing they have, mostly known as user acceptance testing. Under this, lots of things come up: UI UX checking and other look and feels, other facility, what app is called. So the same diagram what I explained to you, but here guys, this complete again is a part, right? My ops team we create this package. So they have this package, they have the instruction. Okay, instruction guys, they will create this code only once. It's not like this, they keep on creating the code again and again. It is a one-time effort. Okay, and and from this they keep on launching this environment. So there's a continuous infrastructure provisioning kind of concept. They keep on creating this infrastructure because there's a possibility when my final team check my website thing won't work, again they give feedback back. my developer change again. So again, this thing happen, new package come up, and maybe when new package come up, okay, my ops team will remove this and terminate this environment, right, with the help of Terraform or Ansible, and again run the same instruction code to get this environment and to new package. So fresh environment always is good practice. So new package will run very newly, cleanly, and my team will again check, and again this process keep on keep on moving. But guys, here in this process, whatever you have in the left side is managed by dev team. Whatever you have in the right side is managed by ops team. Ops team. Okay, but here, if you try to understand one thing, here my ops team is not doing the typical things what they used to do in previously, to just manually set up the environment, which will take a lot of time, some error gonna happen, or a lot of other issues come up. So now they're thinking they're thinking like a developer. Okay, they're thinking like a developer. Okay, so technically this approach, this mindset of managing this kind of process. So nowadays, guys, in the company, this is the new now it's become very famous, but it's a very kind of newer approach or methodology or mindset where other team also work like think like a developer. They write the code and try to automate everything, because if you automate everything, things will be very faster. And this will come under the umbrella of DevOps, dev team, ops team. Okay, it look like they work together, but technically not always. Again, company to company it vary. But this approach where every step we want to be automated, this approach we want every step to be automated, then this mindset is not technology, guys. First of all, DevOps is just a mindset. It is approach of working or the working environment in the company. That approach called is very high level. It is called DevOps. But let me add some more point here. Okay, let me add some more point here. So now let's say my QA team, after we have this continuous guys, we try to see it is like this infinity. Okay, so whatever you have in left is dev, what you have in the right is operation team. So my code come up, then we do build, then test, then package. We create the environment, we test the things, we monitor the systems. If you have some monitoring tool also, like Prometheus, Grafana, ELK, other tools, Splunk, and we give the feedback. Again they change, again they do, again they change. It is an infinite cycle, because if you see any product in the market like Facebook or Amazon, every day they keep on changing the things, new features keep on coming. So the approach used by almost every app or mobile app in the market is this infinity approach. Okay, where we need where we need somebody who coordinate to all, who coordinate with all. Okay, so here the guy's role of Jenkins come in play. So we ask the Jenkins that go to get download code, then build it, then test is create a package. Okay, and just Jenkins try to integrate all this different tool continuously one by one till the package created. This is called build pipeline. But this process is called continuous integration. This build pipeline, this is also known as a continuous integration from here, then here, then here, then here, continue integrate one by one to other tools and have my package ready. Right? But after this part is done, then take the package, upload this package in some kind of centralized storage or some kind of package management tool like Nexus Sonatype or Yum server or some other NFS server maybe. So download this tool and first create the environment, okay, the way I explained to you, and then put the package here, then test further things here. Okay, and that is not exactly, I will explain in detail, but that is known as continuous delivery. It's not deployment, it's delivery, but that is not only the meaning of delivery. I will add one more point here to understand, to make you understand what exactly the meaning of continuous delivery. But technically it is called CIC. So what is delivery here? So after this entire process, guys, this infinite cycle, when my this server this server package launch, okay, and after package launch, my QA team say now I am very happy based upon the document, whatever feature we need is right up to the mark. So we are giving approval to you. This console is called approval. So we are giving approval to you. It's like a button, just pressing the button, and now whatever package is being created is done. Okay, so this team give the approval, and after approval done, then only, okay, whatever code we had in this dev branch, okay, somebody over here, maybe with the help of manual method, or maybe you can use again automate method, and this branch will be merged in a main branch or the master branch. Okay, this will done with the git merge command or whatever tool you use with this command, with some VP or some higher director of your or owner of your app. They have authority to merge in the master branch only after only after my QA team approve. Now this merge will do manually, or you can write again add one more stage where we write git merge this branch to master branch. It will be automatic, but only after QA approve. But good thing is, guys, why we merge in the master, because again master we have a triggers or hooks. And what this trigger will do, they will do again the same process, or if they don't want to do the same process, okay, of build and test all the things, because we know my package whatever we built is done, is tested, QA improve. So here we write one more job or one more pipeline where we download this package, because after my QA team approve this package, okay, approve this package after final testing, this package we upload in some kind of centralized storage or centralized package management system like Yum or Nexus Sonatype or Artifactory. A lot of tool available in the market, so they upload there. this pipeline will download from there, and after the download, they will push this code in a server. And guys, this is not a simple server; it is a production server. Because guys, everybody in the internet is actually hitting to your production server. So you want to only update your new package on the production server after having all the tests. So so this pipeline duty is to get a new updated package and update this package, or technically is also known as deploy this package on the production system, because they're already running with older version. So this was concept called, guys, rollout. So they roll out the newer version of the package on the process. So as soon as they roll out, my client will see the new website. Again, we have a lot of strategy on the rollout word. So we are not into this class, but anybody who have done Kubernetes training under me, so there we guys discuss about multiple strategy. So any new package come up, so older client won't face any issue on the older app connectivity. So multiple strategy we have. One strategy is called rolling update. Is one of the great strategy to use. Okay, what this strategy do? So older website will be run the same way. Older client will look at the older website only, but we launch one more server in parallel, exact same copy. We upload the new package there. New website come up, and as soon as the new client come up, we keep on sending a request to the new website. Okay, so slowly, everybody move to the new website. So older client won't have facing any issue in the connectivity. So it's called rolling update, but again, it's not at all the part of Jenkins. Your respected tool, the cloud tool, or your Terraform who manage the cloud, or Kubernetes, they have a capability of deployment with some strategy. Okay, but what this pipeline do? This pipeline is helping to get the latest package and deploying or roll out to the production system. Okay, so this pipeline, right now there's one step, but there might be some more steps here. So this pipeline, guys, is known as a release pipeline. Release pipeline. And normally, guys, release pipeline is a little bit bigger. Okay, from here, when package come to upstream, they set up this environment, my QA team check and approve. Okay, then we have some more stage who will copy here. So technically, a release pipeline is look like this. So we have package come up with the instruction. This system, guys, we convert into an automation code that we put again in a GitHub somewhere, maybe. According to this code, we launch our server, and this package we upload here. Then my QA team check, right there, different testing or acceptance testing or user acceptance testing they do, and everything work good. Then they approve. Only after approval, okay, we write one more stage here. Okay, at this stage we'll get the same package because this guys approve, and we upload into a production server by some strategies. So my final client will see the latest updated package. So this part is normally known as release pipeline. And so finally, what we are doing? We have a team or operation team who has a responsibility to do this. So if you see here in the right side, this is a responsibility of the operation team. And again, if I go for this infinite cycle, so this part, what I explained to you is a continuous delivery part. So as soon the code change, this thing happen, then QA team they approve, they can deliver. They approve, we deliver. We approve, deliver. So this is the QA team, for example, or this is my my production server. Only after the approve, we can deliver it. And it's continuous as soon, because the code is keep on changing, and we keep on updating in the person world. So guys, that is known as continuous delivery, not deployment. But there's small variance in delivery and the deployment. The variance would be right now, guys. Understand one thing: person system is so much sensitive and critical for us. We don't want any package to be rolled out to the person server that has some bugs or some feature not working. So here the role of testing or QAT testing to a team come very much important, guys. If they miss something in testing of the package in this testing server, it is a game of the reputation of the company, and some, if some security bug is there, so the company might lose the entire identity also. So it's a very critical thing. It's not a small thing. That is a reason normally, guys, whenever QA team test this app, most of the important feature, guys, testing done is manual method. So there are multiple manual scripts they have, manual method they have. They do this testing manually. Okay, because this is very critical. And after all those manual testing, or maybe some automation testing might be there, they check, then only it approve for the person system. Okay, so if I say continuous delivery, if I say continuous delivery, it means everything to be automated, but the testing at the QA team and before the approve for the person is mostly a manual process. Okay, but if you can build a system where you feel very confident, and you say, if you for the last couple of years working on this app, we are very mature, we have a very good understanding about this app. Okay, we know what to test, what not to test. We know we can create a code, automation code for testing before we approve for a person, and that can be do everything to be automated. None of the part of this testing to be do manual, everything to be automated, because we have a very mature team, guys. Understand one thing, I'm just stating this point to management perspective also. It is not only programming. So you have that much mature to team who have a in and out knowledge about the app. They are very much confident. They in their automation code, there won't be any bug in user acceptance testing by this team. So what can do? They can write a code who automatically tests everything. If something fail, again they reply back to developer, and again process happen. Keep on doing, but only after this automation tool and code approve, then only, guys, this tool auto approve the things. This concept is called auto approve. Okay, and after auto approve done, then my package will roll out to the process. Okay, or my code package will be deployed to the browser. And guys, here the concept of auto deployment come up, because we have auto approval. It means my developer change something. Now, if you guys see here, there is no manual intervention. That's what we are looking for. We want as much as automation we can do. I don't want any manual intervention happen, because if any human being come up, right, it will slow down your final release. Okay, and only the most critical area is this part. And if you, I already told you guys, if you can create this kind of automation testing automatically, auto approve happen, and auto approve means automatic deployment done, and again it will be continuous. And if this is the scenario, then this CD become not continuous delivery, this become continuous deployment. So CI/CD is one concept where we use a tool like Jenkins who connect all the pieces together. Integration is same, but D means either delivery, either deployment. Depend, guys, in your organization, in your team, how you are finally doing testing, a final testing before you push your code or roll out your code to the process. If you do it manual testing somehow and manually approve it, obviously it is one of the most secure way, so things won't go wrong in the production. So mostly we do continuous delivery, but some of the great organization right? They are so much mature in this process because it is very common thing for them now. So they want things to be roll out, release in the market very quick, very faster because of this competitive world. They don't want to go to manual thing. Plus they also rely on their team also. So those big companies normally go for continuous deployment. Let's go CD. Okay, now you have to figure out what kind of process you are doing. Let me take one good example here. I know everybody know Facebook. Okay, you know guys, every day, okay, developer of the Facebook change a lot of feature in the Facebook. Okay, and this process done every day, hundreds of time. But because they have this security, final testing, everything automated. Okay, and they roll out the final feature or final package in the production world every day automatically. You know guys, this is called release. Okay, you know, every day how many times Facebook release the new updated feature in their app. Guys, it's not a small thing. If you talk about some month, a year, or decade back, normally company release after a week, month, sometimes years also. Okay, but because of this automation approach or the culture of DevOps, where we we think and work like a developer everywhere, try to automate everything. So around 50 times a day. It's not a small thing, guys. Every day, around 50 times, like in 30 minutes, one time, the Facebook release the new feature and facility, or update the bugs, or update the new features every basis. That much time, guys, they are doing it. And obviously, if they're doing that much time in a day, so mostly in the app, they are following a facility of continuous deployment, everything to be automated. Otherwise, so if you go to Google or Amazon, this big company, so they very much keep on launching new feature, new bugs, new app facilities, new made features, super fast. Okay, because they are following CI/CD, but D is not delivery here. D is the deployment. So guys, you have to pick, you have to choose. Okay, you want to go for delivery or the deployment. So whatever you choose, okay, just keep one thing in mind. All the stages, all the stages would be would be um, would be automated. Okay, so that's what. But guys, if you try to see this this spectacle, guys, I already explain you detail detail explain to you, and plus I show you multiple practical on this. Okay, so if you package, you want to deploy it, we use Kubernetes. If you want to build, we have multiple ports or Docker container run, slave run, we build it. So this practical, guys, I will show you practically. So it's not new, but I just want to explain you the software development life cycle. Okay, and I'm just going to explain you multiple pipeline work together, build and release pipeline. One pipeline is managed by developer team, one pipeline is managed by operation team. Both guys work and think like a developer obviously are, but operation guys also think like a developer, and they try to automate every part of it. Okay, so that's what, guys, the meaning of CI/CD come up. But here, guys, we have to also focus on a approach of DevOps, where operation team think like a developer. Okay, this become DevOps, and they work. And in some company also, it depends, guys, team to team. In some company also, okay, somebody from operation team, they work closely with the developer team, so they try to guide which kind of infrastructure we have. So while creating this instruction document, they help them. Or maybe somebody from developer team work together closely with operation team, so they guide them. Okay, this package we built on this version, this plugin, all the things, so they can properly create those environment. But typically, some year back, developer is a very different team altogether. Operation is very different all team together, sitting in different different offices. Maybe nobody know who is developer, or nobody know who is operation team. If I talk about these guys, so they have no connection in between. Okay, so this is called silos. So silos, dev don't know who is ops don't know who is dev. So they have silos, there is no connection in between. So it's very harder to coordinate, and that is the reason, guys, developer has to create an instruction, they follow the instruction. But you know what the challenge is? Sometimes, you know, when you create an instruction, right, because we are human being, we have something in our mind, we forget to write there. Okay, there, and operation guys will follow the instruction, but something if developer forgot, they won't put in their environment. Server doesn't work, set up properly, and app package won't work the way it's supposed to work. Okay. so so now DevOps culture is a DevOps culture. They say now remove the silos. Let's have somebody from dev connect to ops, somebody from apps connect to dev. Let's work together somehow. So guys, again, it's a corporate culture, company's culture. I'm not saying everybody follow this, but I'm saying if you follow this culture, the thing will be no silos. We have proper clarity, clarity and understanding. So because finally these two teams work for one single app. Okay, so maybe they're two different teams, maybe they're working on two different pipeline. Okay, but finally what a developer is doing and what a ops is doing is one complete software development lifecycle. Okay, so software start from developer and end and by the operation team in the person system. This is called end-to-end pipeline. For this, this team has to work together somehow. How they can work, it is a pure subject of your managers in the company. So you know, PMP and those subjects we have in the market, where they talk about different management plans and project management, all the things. So it is the game of their things. As a technical guys, we can't do much. But if you say my company has a DevOps culture, so these are the guidelines, very high level guidelines come over here. Okay, so everything is clear, what is going on, and everything to be automated. Faster you release, faster you reach to market. That's called time to market. Time to market, and faster product sale, faster client will see your new idea. They like, you don't like. They can give faster feedback, your company will grow faster. That's the whole idea. Okay, one more thing I want to add here. The big challenge, guys, in the continuous deployment. Deployment talking about where QAT approved, but that is automation or automatic approved, or automation automatic approval. Very dangerous. But some company follow this. But to safeguard us, what they do, they use some other approach also together, right? So something that impact. For example, these are the production server. And typically, guys, if the company is big, so they have a lot of production server across the world. So they have some production server in India, they have some production server in US, or maybe in India. There's some server in let's say in North India, some server they have in South India. Okay, and the company say now my QA team is doing auto approval. We are relying on these guys, but I don't know what happened. There might be some kind of bugs might happen. So the new package, a new version of package, I am going to deploy in my production system, but I will select some part of my production server. So this package I have deployed here. Okay, only this part. All the production server or other region in the world, they will have again still the same older version. So we'll package this, they put this package in this part. So their respective client area, because of DNS, if you guys know geo replication or geo connectivity, okay, they will connect to the server, and these client can see this new website only. If they looks good, that's fine, but something might not work. So only these client won't be happy. That's okay for my company, because 1 or 2% client might not be happy for some point in time, but it won't impact globally. It won't impact globally, but everything worked good. We'll get a great feedback from the clients. You know, guys, when you see any website, new website, they always show you in the first, just tell me your experience. But that website doesn't come to everyone. So limited clients in the world will see the new feature. Right? everybody had a good experience, though no issue come in from the client as a feedback, and they put a lot of monitoring tool also. There's no bug come from monitoring tool or other tools they put. Then this package will be deployed to other computers also or other region also. So this is also one of the strategy normally we use, especially when when we are doing everything automated. So normally, guys, this is called canary deployment. So because here, guys, normally in the deployment we use a canary deployment, and here, guys, Kubernetes, maybe some DNS, or you can take the help of DNS also. They help you, or some platform or service like OpenShift, Beanstalk of AWS. They help you to do a canary deployment. Okay, because we don't take the risk to go to 100% client of us. Just show you new features, only 1-2%. Because public, guys, is the one who will give you a right feedback. My testing team will test the best, but they can test very limited. They have a limited fake client they have to test. Actual feedback come from the real client. Okay, so that's canary deployment is one good approach to have the feedback from as a real feedback come from the public. Okay, so I believe, guys, now you understand the meaning of CI/CD. Theoretical concept, but I'm not saying it's theoretical. Every bit of this I explained you from my first classes, and every bit we have configured a job, pipeline, automate pipelines, a code, everything we have done. Only one part that I haven't explained you how to implement this is approval part. So how you can add an approval in your pipeline. So what I want, guys, I have multiple stages. Okay, after this stage, after we reach to the stage of what I say, QAT, there, before they move and copy my package to production, my QAT asked me for approval. If I approve, then only they run the stage of production, otherwise they don't run. So how we can do this part? There's only part left. So let me show you how we can tackle this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create new, let me use the name approval. Again, I'm using pipeline. Okay, I'm going to create a pipeline, and there's some sample examples here. Let me take a hello world example. This pipeline created, and we have multiple stages. So let me copy this one more stage, one more stage, and one more stage. Okay, let's say this is my build stage. Let me write here build. Okay, building, and let's say this is my we can say test stage. I'm putting testing. Guys, what you write inside this, lots of practical real example we see, so you know what steps you can type here. This is my QAT stage. Okay, and here they do final user acceptance testing. And this is now my final production stage. Here they copy my final package, also known as rollout. Okay, so I'm not writing those code, those you know, but this is the stages we have. Right now, if I run this code, okay, whereas this code is very risky because my QAT is testing something, but they're not asking for any approval. They directly go to production, right? And you can see my production run. So it looks some more like a CD, continuous deployment, but the QAT team say I'm very much confident on my automation code. So in my code, I write something, I write for else condition. If something say true, then I move to next stage and then the thing. So it looks something like a auto approve. Okay, but if you want to go for control delivery, means you want to approve before they move to production stage. How can we do? So guys, in the pipeline, we have a concept that we can use for other purpose also. So after this step, okay, we can write a keyword function called input, and here we can type a message, and message I can say, do you want to approve some message? You can type here customer. That's all, guys. That is the only strategy you can use here. Okay, but what this line will do, let me show you with the practical. Okay, so again, can you hold for a second, please? What this line will do. So let me build this. Now you will see, guys, what happened. My build will done, my testing will done. Okay, and if you note here, right, my pipeline poses. And if you go to Q80, they pose here from last 12 years. Here timer is keep on upgrading the Q80 pose here. And if I take my mouse here, now this pop-up come up, and they say just go and check your report, because behind this my pipeline we write a code where we go and check the report, and go and check there everything work good. Okay, there you can approve, but my accuracy say no, it's not approved, so let me abort. If the abort means they don't approve, and they don't approve, so my abort from guide production. So guess here in the production they also aborted. And this one, you can see a very new different ball, some dark gray. It means your pipeline has been has been aborted here. Okay, and and while do abort, we will also send a mail back to developer with my report. Okay, depend what reporting tool you use. Okay, but next time my developer change, again my pipeline run, maybe auto trigger, again this approval come up, they check all the report or testing report, and they say approve. After this approval come up, then you can see production guys also work and everything work. So this is also one of the strategy. Otherwise somebody writes some mailer function, they abort here, the mail reach to Q80, right? They they check, and maybe you can use some API of Jenkins that integrates some of the company portal. There they click on the button, and this approval done, and they will go. So depend, guys, multiple strategy you can use for this, but this was one of the typical approach you can use for the approval. Okay, so this is the idea, one of the idea you can use over it. Okay, so guys, this is the power of the Jenkins. Okay, and according to my knowledge, if you guys see the agenda of the Jenkins, whatever guys we have shared to you, according to me, we have done 150 or 200% content over here with a lot of advanced practical that is not at plan. But as your requirement come up, and we got a lot of fantastic audience here, so I thought to take the content at that level, and almost all the powerful content of the Jenkins we have done, and successfully guys complete this program. One last thing very quickly I just want to show you. Okay, this I want to tell you, very small thing, nothing very special. So guys, whatever guys configuration you've done in the Jenkins has their own configuration file. So if you're stuck somewhere in the Jenkins, okay, and your web portal doesn't work, so this is the file where you can go and change something that might causing the issue. The file name is called in this folder, and then I already told you, in this folder there's a file called config. So this is the configuration file of the Jenkins, and whatever we have configured till date, right, is over here. We have set up this Docker, this slave name, right? Everything, this slave image, okay, which user to log in, authentication enable or disable, what power they have, right? Everything is configured yet. Okay, so what do you guys configure in the GUI? It is configured here. By chance, sometimes your graphical doesn't work, they are not able to log in, you log out, right? Just come to this file, and this file will be saver for us, and it will help you to change After change, restart Jenkins services, and everything come very normal. Okay, so that's all, guys. This is the conclusion of Jenkins class. One or two information, guys, from my side. Tomorrow we have workshop on MongoDB, 2-day workshop where we have planned to have things from very basics to almost all the main use case of MongoDB. So if you go to any development, this is the very now standard database to use. Anybody want to join, they can join. Second thing is, from Tuesday onward, at this time, we are going to start Terraform. And you guys might know Terraform, but this is the exclusive training of Terraform we're starting. This is purely on multi-cloud. And this is the first training where we are doing on the multi-cloud, where we are showing you how to integrate GCP cloud, Azure cloud, and AWS cloud. So this first time training happened where we're going to show you how to integrate multiple cloud with the strategy of use multi-cloud. Okay, but for this training, if you have no idea on those cloud, doesn't matter, guys. Before this, we'll share some of the video if you want on those clouds. So guys, you become comfortable on the respective cloud, but Terraform will start from very zero with all that one. So this time at 9:30 or 9:15, we're starting Terraform training from this Tuesday. Okay, so this one is two information from my side. So that's all, guys, about Jenkins. This is the last class, and whatever you guys was asking me, I'll try to touch as much as concept with practical. Very powerful tool. Jenkins is not only a tool, there's multiple tool in the market who will do CI/CD for you, or automation tool for you, like TeamCity, Circle CI, and more tool we have. But concept wise, everybody is same. Jenkins is normally a standard in the market, but concept wise, everybody is same. Okay, so that's all, guys. Great to have you guys, and all the best for your future. It's very having this kind of knowledge in your profile help you a lot in your projects or in your further jobs also. Okay, so that's all from my side. Any questions, any query if you have, guys, you can post in the Q&A. So today is the last class of the Jenkins. Guys, whatever, guys, I could explain you everything as a practical I showed to you. Okay, all the things that I described here, I believe everything, even in more in detail, on my other classes, I showed to you. Okay, so this thing I always show to you. Okay, how to build this pipeline, merge, right, with Docker, Kubernetes, with slave, dynamic slave, right? Everything I show to you, right? So somebody asking me to show this lecture because I show because entire till date, all the classes based on this topic only. So one by one, I built this, and I practically done everything for you. So why didn't you take offensive class like Ansible? Anuj, I don't understand what exactly you're asking about. Okay, they are two different tools. Okay, yeah, I'll talk about this point, Anuj. In offensive class, we are into DO 180. According to agenda, we cover more than the agenda, right? Because 180 is just first level of OpenShift. We are not into do DO 280 or DO 380. Okay, but yeah, Ansible you have done as a 294 where they cover everything about Ansible. Okay, so we will talk about in my last class of OpenShift the content and how much we have covered already. Gautam, Jazba platform normally we meant and cater for summer student. So it is not actually for Earth. Earth, we have a different perspective altogether. So we had created init platform for Earth. Summer we launch do for very different perspective normally. So Jazba as a platform, as a startup, we normally open for summer program student. Same Subham, if you want to deploy code private server, right, you can SCP, one of the simplest. There's one stage you can write, and there you can run a command SCP. SCP is a command to copy that. Okay, this is one of the way you can deploy your code to a server. Now it will be private or or public, depend what kind of connectivity you have. Okay, but other way also, in Tomcat we have a different way to deploy. Jenkins we have different way to deploy. Server to server, which folder they normally we normally deploy the code. Okay, so here Jenkins can't do much, but your server say no, I deploy the code directly in my file system, just do SCP. So ask Jenkins, they will do SCP for you. Okay, Jenkins is an integration tool or automation tool. You have to tell Jenkins how to copy. So if you know SCP command or whatever rsync command, you know to copy or deploy, those you can put in the Jenkins and Jenkins will do for you. How to integrate Jenkins and Ansible? Anushka, today I show you the Ansible plugin. Install this plugin and they ask you why your playbook and they ask you your inventory file. There's two things you need in Ansible. So after install this plugin, they ask you playbook or the inventory. Just give the path, and that's only the things you have to run. Abhishek, in my user admin class, I told you how to change the password and to create a user also, right? Uh, Actually, Sanskrit, we don't require a tool like maybe in Python. Python, we we don't have to compile the Python code, right? So maybe normally meant to compile uh, the Java code. Okay, so there's no meaning to have maybe like a tool in Python. But yeah, we have testing tool available for Python. There are multiple PyTest, we have Nose, we have. So if you want to test the Python code, then you can use those tools to test it. Okay, but Java we have to compile, we have to create a jar file. Okay, so there's the reason we have a tool for build in the Java, but there's no meaning of as such building the Python code. Python code we have directly, we have to run it, right? So Salesforce workshop, guys, we have a next weekend, right? So not this weekend, next weekend we have Salesforce workshop. I think we updated time, or we'll update you guys, everyone, when we have. So I'm trying to pick some questions over here, guys. Thank you very much for your great feedback. Yes, Pankaj, we have a global certificate in Jenkins also. So if you want to go for a certificate of Jenkins, it's a global exam, you can go and appear. Okay. Almost everything what we have discussed here, that was the main thing they cover there. Okay. So if you want to go for Jenkins certification, you can go. I think CloudBees is the one who take this, who manage the certificate. So actually, DevOps is companies vary, right? In some of the area, maybe Jenkins they might not use in this DevOps methodology, right? But yeah, mainly in the market, very commonly as a standard, if we talk about DevOps, normally we always talk about CI/CD, and when we talk about CI/CD, normally we talk more about Jenkins. But according to my understanding, in DevOps, not only CI/CD is one thing; is one of the part of the DevOps. Might not be not somewhere in some project it might useful. Okay, but normally DevOps we connect with CI/CD. CI/CD normally connect with tool for Jenkins. This is the way it works. Guys, anything about further process with Jenkins certificate and other things, my team will coordinate with your respective group and they will update you what will be the next process of certificate and other things. So you asked me how to deploy code to private server over load balancer using Jenkins. I don't understand, Subham, what you mean by private server. Okay. Load balancer, we meant to balance the load typically on HTTP, HTTPS. And if you want to put the code in some server, we need a management protocol. Normally, SSS is a management protocol, RDP is a management protocol, normally. Okay. So, so normally we don't go via the path of load balancer. Normally, okay, you have to direct connectivity with your private server, right? Either you can put some some a public IP or maybe floating IP, okay, or elastic IP, or there's a concept called basin host. Put in the network, you go there, and basin host you have private connectivity, you can upload there. But there's no technical meaning to deploy the code over the load balancer. If you want, they can do it, but for the load balancer, you have to enable management port, management protocol over TCP, but it's not always a good practice to do. Okay, so motto of load balancer is different. It will serve for the client of your app or backend. Or management of the server is very different thing. So if you say deploying the code is like is a part of management, right? So you think for the management tools. Okay, it may be Ansible or maybe XYZ tool you have. Yes, you can go for a certified Jenkins engine exam. Almost everything we have covered, even more in detail in practical aspect. But if you see the agenda, almost everything we have covered here. Yes, Sagar, next class will be DO 180. Even though in my last class, I told you already, we have only one class left in DO 180. After this class complete, after this class complete, we will likely move to the what I say the the exam boot camp of DO 180. So don't worry, Sagar. If you see the agenda also, you will come to know. I saw you my last class also. Everything we have covered. Only one class left. We'll complete. JS, we have plugin. We have VMware plugin to integrate with vCenter. So if you go to Jenkins, you will find VMware plugin where you can directly integrate with vCenter. Okay, that you can go. So that's all, guys. Even though, guys, you have a multiple technical wanted connected in your WhatsApp group, just practice this. Facing any issue, take the support from those guys. I think they will love to help you in your technical doubts. Okay, so that's all, guys, from my side, and and. And see you guys in some of other trainings. Bye. Take care. Good day. Have all the best for your future. Great. Bye. Take care.